Okay, part 2 of the love thing. So those are just some things to think about if you are really healing yourself and you really desire a love mate in your life. You really have to love yourself, heal yourself, and that's what I want to get to. Healing yourself before jumping into a relationship with the next person. So you may have been in a relationship with somebody. After a relationship, heal yourself. If you have never done a healing on yourself after any relationship, then do a serious healing on yourself. You could do a healing bath. You can get in the tub. You can take some herbs. If you don't have some herbs, you could just take some sea salt, okay? You could take some Epsom salt. You can put some charcoal in the bathtub. That can make a little bit of a mess afterwards. You're definitely going to have charcoal residue around your tub, but you definitely will be doing some releasing of some toxicity. And so you could take those things, those simple things. You could just do some salt if that's all you had, and take a bath and pray and release those who came before. All of those that you used to date, release them. You could do some prayers and release them and wash them out. So just take the waters and rinse them off, rinse them out your, rinse them. Men and women can do this. Rinse the people off. Rinse your past loved ones off. Though your past mates. Rinse them off. Heal them from you. Release the cords and connections to them. Release the ties that are binding you to them. Because if you do not release their energy from your being and your home, release them from your home. Get their old stuff out of your house. Release their energy from your house. You definitely do a clearing with some sage or palo or what's that stuff I use? The little white thing. Oh Lord, it's escaping me right now, but it smells like menthol. I use that sometimes, and I just go through my house and just heal the house. I heal myself and I heal the house, and I release the people's energy from my home, from my body, from my being. I might chant some mantras, but it's important to do this after every relationship. So like I said, if you've never done it, you got some work to do. All right. And the reason why this is good is because if you don't do this, you will be a baggage lady or a baggage man, and you will be carrying the energies of the last to the next. And you will be carrying some of them with you. If you don't heal them, clear them from your house, you'll be having that stagnant energy in your house. You'll be having their energy up in your house. I remember this young lady, we did a house cleaning for her, and she had dated several people, but she never cleared anybody's energy out of her house. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe we need to do a house cleaning. Let me look at your house on a spiritual level. And when I looked at her house, her beautiful house was ugly. It was ugly. It had dark energy all over. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It was so ugly. And that wasn't what her house looked like. But that was energy all over her house. And she was having an issue because her current mate refused to come to her house. Refused to come in, refused to stay. I was like, yeah, he was repelled by all that damn energy from all them other dudes that have, been in your home over the years. Whether you were dating them or not, their energy was in your house, right? So I did the clearing on her house and everything. We did the clearing. And I said, but let me tell you, they probably going to call you. Everybody whose energy that I'm clearing out your house is probably going to call you. So you have to be convicted and know that you don't want them anymore. Otherwise, you might find yourself back in a relationship that you left for a reason. So you got to, know where you are, because you might get tempted. So I'm not telling you all to do this so that your ex could come back. Because if they're gone, they may be gone for a freaking reason, okay? And just remember why they were gone before you let them back in to repeat some more lessons. But I'm not saying you shouldn't receive somebody back, because sometimes you're supposed to receive somebody back. So I'm just letting you know that these things happen, okay? You would have to get a reading for me to let you know if you should allow XYZ back or not. We'd have to see what your guides say, or you could talk to your guides yourself. But anyway, I remember this one time I did a house cleaning. This cleaning was in Texas. And the lady, she was leery at first, right? And she didn't believe that, because it sounds crazy, you know what I mean? So she couldn't sell her house, right? And she was like, well, can you do that service for me? But she was so leery about my pricing. And at the time, back then, I think I charged like $350 or something like that. And I would come to your home. I would do the clearing on the home and you, right? And so she was scared. She thought I was overcharging or whatever. She didn't think we were working all this, right? So I said, well, look, let me come over there and I will do it. And you pay me what you think I deserve after I finish. And she was like, okay. So I went in her house, and there were a few spirits in her house. There was, so we had to deal with the spirits in her house. One spirit we were able to let go to wherever that spirit needed to go. The other spirit was not leaving. So we had to make a deal with the spirit to stay in the shed in the backyard whenever people came over to visit the house, okay? Because the spirit was not, he didn't want to go, right? And then I feel like her grandmother or somebody was in the house. It was like really interesting. I was like, okay, you know, because when I do this, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna bump into. I have no idea what I'm gonna encounter when I do this kind of work. So anyway, so I remember going through this one room over here, and then there was like a little hallway. There was a bathroom to the left, and then there was a room in the back, and it was like whatever. And so when I started going to that room, I was like, what the hell happened back here? And I was like, you know, I said from here up, like from the ceiling, like to here, the air is clear. And then, but all down here, I was like, it feels like I'm walking through like a marsh. It feels like, what the hell? It's yucky. It feels dark. Like the energy is negative. Ugh, right? And I said, oh my gosh, even when I go in the bathroom, the energy is like crazy, like up from just half the room. The energy is like whack, you know? And I was like, Lord, when people come to see your home, they don't know that they're walking through this yuck, you know? I just can feel it and see and all of that, but they don't know. They just know, I don't want this house. That's what they know, right? And so then there was this room, and she was an artist. So it was all these paintings and stuff all over the room, right? Just laid stacks of, and it was like kind of stacked up. And then like there was the floor, but somehow it was shelved so that it stacked up or whatever. And they were leaning up on each other. And so I was feeling the energy on the art, and I was like, okay. And I told her how she was feeling when she painted a number of the pieces. I said, when you painted this is how you was feeling. I was feeling that. And you painted this, you feeling like this. And so I'm going through all the emotions of all this freaking art, this whole freaking room full of art with all her damn emotions in the art. I said, you're going to have to take this art out this house because it's too much energy in the art, and it's going to confuse